What's up, love, and welcome to the Food Freedom Journey. My name is Samantha, and I created this program essentially for myself 10 years ago when I was really challenged and really bogged down with the relationship I had to food and my body. I called this time in my life the diet depression years, where I was on over 50 diets in less than 4 years. And it was a time in my life where I can remember waking up in the morning and the first thought on my mind was, okay, what am I going to eat, and when am I going to exercise, and blah, 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 blah. There was such a rigidity to everything that I did. And I can remember my relationship with food feeling so heavy, so intense. My relationship with my body was awful. It was absolutely awful. I can remember trying to avoid mirrors, and I would get into the shower naked and I wouldn't look at myself because I was so avoidant with my body. I can remember also being on and off of the scale multiple times a day trying to just get to that goal weight. And I can remember the times in my life, the days of my life, where 80% of the thoughts in my mind or more, that's probably being generous, 80% or more of the thoughts in my mind were thoughts around how I hated my body, how I'm shameful and guilty and I shouldn't have ate that. And it was just an awful conversation. My inner critic was on loudspeaker yelling at me 24/7. And I can just remember how debilitating that was for me. And I did all of the things that I was supposed to do. I read all the books, I listened to all the podcasts, I did everything that I was told to do, and I kept hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. I was the woman who was like, I've tried everything. There's literally nothing else at this point that's gonna work. And if you are in that place of desperation, that place where you've tried everything, you've done all the things, and you're getting to this place where you're like, well, I guess it's just me because I can't do anything. Well, here's the truth. It's not you, and the things that you're probably trying are most likely making it worse. I know that was the case for me. I failed and failed and failed and failed. And I'm like, why can I not do this? And the reason why is because I was just doing the wrong things. I was putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. I was using external solutions to help an internal issue, and it just simply was not working. Here's the number one thing that is going to help end the battle with food. We need to feel in order to heal, and then we'll set ourselves free. We cannot keep forcing and pushing and pushing a boulder up the hill and trying to heal emotional eating with dieting. It's just not gonna work. And so I've created the Food Freedom Journey because I wanted to create something that will help you end this once and for all, because I know what was on the other side for me when I no longer spent 80% of my day worrying about my body, fighting food. I was able to, build this business for once. I was able to build this business and help 23,000 people in 14 different countries with this exact issue. I had the space and time to do the things that I love doing: dancing, doing comedy, hanging out, playing, expressing, writing poetry. I was able to do those things because my mental bandwidth wasn't so maxed out trying to calculate calories or feel shameful about my body. And that's the vision that I'm holding for you. The vision of freedom, where you wake up and you're able to just use food for health and hunger. You wake up and you're no longer in a battle with your body. You can use your body, this amazing thing, to help heal you through this. That's the truth, Our body is so wise, but we've cut it off. I cut it off for years. I just was all up in my mind. The only sensations I could feel in my body were numbness and anxiety. And so what we're going to be doing through this program is I'm going to be giving you specific, tangible tools that you can integrate in your life every single day so you can begin to transform. We have transformation all wrong. We're trying to think about how to feel better. More consume, and then we end up knowing all the things, but nothing changes. This is where it starts. I've designed this program to be an experience, a journey where we are going to do this together. We're going to be in this together. You are going to be supported not only by myself, but by my team of mentors and the greater community as well. You are going to have access to reach out to someone any point in the day to get help, to get your questions answered, to have clarity. This is about removing the confusion and bringing in clarity so we can actually create tangible change. Now, we are not going to heal this through dieting in the diet industry, Let's be real. Those people have huge budgets to market to your insecurities, keeping you stuck in the cycle. That's their goal. My goal for you is for us to work together and for you not to need this anymore. For you then to help other people with this maybe. The point here is we need to find movement and freedom and transformation, and we're going to find it here together. That is my promise to you. That is my commitment to you. By now, I've done this with thousands of people, so I know what I'm doing by now. Like Shelby came into our program being in that battle with food over and over and over again. And when she learned to use food for health and hunger, get into her body, tell the difference between an emotional hunger cue and a physical hunger cue, she was able to use food in a way that felt healthy and good and vibrant. And therefore, the release of weight on her body was a byproduct of her doing the work, not the focus. When we're so focused on it, we take action out of fear and we never get results, which is why maybe you've been in this cycle for years and years and years, wondering if there's an end in sight. I can promise you, there is. We are going to be closing registration very soon for the Food Freedom Journey and not opening it up again till next year. So if this feels like a full body, ugh, yes, I know I need to do that. You've read all the testimonials, you've watched all the videos about this program, and it feels like that guttural yes. Jump in without logic. Let me tell you something. Logic oftentimes is the block of what we actually need. I can remember the times where I said yes to something because it was in my body and not my mind, and it was the greatest thing I ever did. So often our brain is trying to keep us small. Your brain right now is probably telling yourself, you've done everything. You have no willpower. This will work for everyone, but not for you, right? I also have those thoughts, but it's important to remember not to believe everything that we think. A lot of this content I'm going to be teaching you so you're going to be good to go and understanding this, but really step into your body and ask yourself, is this something that feels good now? And if it is, I'm gonna meet you halfway and we're gonna do this together. We're gonna look back on this day a year from now and go, thank God I said yes to this. Thank God I listened to myself. Thank God I didn't try and do it on my own. Trust me, I was in that cycle for years. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna do it on my own. And what happened? Nothing. It's so important to surround yourself with mentors and people that can raise you higher. People who've been where you are and are where you wanna go. That is so incredibly important. So throughout this program, I'm going to be teaching you the fundamentals of how to once and for all end emotional eating, how to get into your body, feel peaceful in your body, feel comfortable in your body. If you have issues with exercising, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna understand how to use exercise for pleasure, not punishment. I can remember the days where I spent 2 hours in the gym every single day, and if I didn't do that, I would be riddled with guilt and shame. We're gonna break through all of those structures so you can finally feel peaceful and at ease and in control of your relationship to food and your body. I'm gonna take a moment here and just explain the structure of this program. Every single month, you will get a video from me, which is jam-packed of tools, strategies, the exact things, the exact frameworks that I've used with 23,000 people to break free from this. By now, I can see the patterns. I know exactly what's going on to keep someone stuck in the battle. I was there, so I viscerally know it. And I also see it in my clients as well. So each month, I'm going to be breaking it down so you can have access to see where you're at and where we wanna go. This program is all about closing the gap so you can finally end the battle with food in your body so you don't have to think, food gets to just be an afterthought to everything else. There's a huge emphasis on breath work in this program. If you've been with me for a while, you know that this is one of my loves. This helped me truly end the battle with food, reconnecting mind and body, head and heart through the power of the breath. So we use that in a very intentional way to break free from this battle. You then have your workbook reflections where you get to figure out, where am I? What is the current state of what's going on? And how can I shift into where I want to go? You have our mentors, our team of mentors who are personally trained by me that you can reach out to. You can ask questions to 24/7 to get the support and help that you need. when I reflect back and I look at what really, really helped me end this battle, it was having a support system, having people who were where I was at that I could ask questions to and say, hey, listen, I'm feeling this way. Am I on the right track? And for them to say yes or to tweak a few things that are going on. That is super important. You also have access to me every single month where we will hop on a call, do Q&A, and I'll be able to pour into you, support you, and guide you on this journey. So much of what we're going to be doing together is really peeling back the layers of what created the suffering in the first place so we don't have to deal with it anymore. I can promise you, at the core in your body right now exists everything that you need to break free from this. I know you can feel that, but there's so much in the way, so it feels chaotic and confusing and annoying and all the things. So my job is to remove the noise so we can have access to the truth and the real voice in you that is begging you to just live in alignment. You know, that feeling I talked about earlier in this video of like, man, I know I'm designed for more. I know I'm not designed to struggle. That is the voice that I want to put on loudspeaker for you so we can begin to really listen to that. In addition to the call with me, there will be 3 other calls where you can hop on, get your questions answered on a weekly basis. This is not the kind of program where you jump in and we just fire hose you with content and hope for the best. We are guiding you, supporting you. We're going to be there at your side. As I mentioned, support and mentorship in getting through this is one of the greatest things. Intimacy and connection are so important to us as a brand, as Hungry for Happiness. So we really want to make sure that you feel connected, you feel intimate, you feel safe to share and transform, because that is where the work truly begins. And then in addition to this, I'm going to throw in for you my Pause Breathwork 6-week journey that you can do alongside this program in your own time, as well as our 21-day meditation program, just as my thank you for taking the chance on yourself, joining the food freedom journey, and truly changing the trajectory of your life. I just want you to take a quick moment and ask yourself, what has it costed me to stay stuck in the struggle? What has it costed me to be in a battle with food, be in a battle with my body? Maybe you haven't really gone for it in your career because of those self-confidence issues. Maybe you're not wanting to date, or maybe you're in a relationship where you don't feel comfortable and sexy in your body. Maybe with your friends, you socially isolate because of this issue. I want you to take a moment and just think about what this has costed you to stay stuck in this battle. What does it cost you to not feel your best every single day? What does it cost you to have this mental chatter? It's so important that we just look at that. What is the cost of me just staying stuck with this issue when I know deep, deep, deep in my heart that this is not how I am designed? I am designed for so much more. At the end of this journey, you are going to be a completely different person. You are going to wake up being able to use food for health and hunger, being so connected to your body, having thriving, beautiful relationships. Maybe you deepen your intimacy in your relationship, or you finally start dating and find that person that feels so good to you. Anything is possible when we move through a lot of these blocks that have been holding us back. The time for you to step up and say yes to yourself is now. There is no time like the present. I want you to really visualize yourself in a year from now. If you can see it in your mind's eye of where you want to be, I know you can make it happen. I've never seen someone not get what they were looking for going through this work. This is some of the greatest work that we can possibly do, is get to know ourselves, come home to our bodies, figure out what is getting in the way of me living in alignment, what is getting in the way of me waking up in a body that I love, in an environment that feels so good. It's time for you to take your life into your own hands. It's time for you to take your power back into your body and show yourself what you're made of. Let's be honest, life is just way too short for us to be living underneath what we know is possible. There's deep pain in realizing that we are showing up not how we want to. My goal for you is to graduate this program feeling so alive, so connected, so expansive, so expressive, so you can go out into the world and do the very thing that lights up your soul every single day without this issue, without this issue of food and body hanging over your head like a dark cloud. It is my greatest joy and pleasure to guide you on this journey, to support you every single step of the way so you can find the freedom, the peace, and the love that you are looking for. We are closing the doors very soon. I am so excited to see you on the first live call with me. I can't wait to answer your questions. I can't wait for you to get the support that you need. And I am so excited to offer that value to you because I know it is going to completely change your life. All right, my love, have a beautiful day and we'll see you inside. Bye for now.